first half to second half, did Nebraska make any adjustments defensively? What happened from the first to the second?
Yeah, I think in the first half we did a really good job of moving the ball. We did exactly what we needed to, and we got the ball to the guys that make plays. And I think just in the second half we're a little complacent, didn't move the ball as fast, and fortunately the defense stepped up and did a great job.
On the right, hey, Justin.
As someone that's been going to Ducks games for years, when you're warming up and you see the Reds start piling up more and more in the stands, have you ever seen a fan base come out here like this to Autzen Stadium?
I've never seen anything like that. It's really cool for Nebraska, but fortunately we get more Ducks next time.
Scott, you're moving around on me over here.
Yeah, I'm just all over the place. Troy, you were all over the place as well today. But it sounded like at halftime, the coach gave a UCLA Texas A&M reference at halftime. I don't know, is that accurate? / did that creep into your head as this Nebraska started to come back in the second half?
No, we were never worried about anything. Coach Taggart did mention it in the locker room, but I mean, defense wasn't really paying much attention to that. I mean, we know we got to go out there and finish. We got to play all 4 quarters at the end of the day. Coach Levitt always preaches that. So I mean, we went out there in the second half that got us with those first 2 drives. But I mean, once we settled down and got into the groove of things that we know how to do, it all played out for itself. And we came down with a big turnover at the end with Ugo. So we're really happy about that. But we got to put this game behind us and move forward to Wyoming.
I said enough, you knocked him down. Steve, in the middle.
Justin, Johnny Johnson's had a couple diving catches the last couple weeks, and just kind of talk about kind of the developing with him, and then with Schooler, coming now about 5-6 weeks to receiver, and Dylan, how kind of those guys and you were kind of coming together for each week, and what you've seen from Johnny.
Yeah, it's huge for those guys to step up like they have. It just helps our offense overall. Having those guys around there, it adds another dimension, and they've done a really good job, and I'm really proud of them.
Right, left, Matt.
Troy, you guys had 3 freshmen start on this defense today. How quickly did you realize a guy like Nick Pickett or Thomas or I think Austin started today could really play big roles for this defense?
I knew Nick Pickett was going to play a big role when he first stepped on campus back in fall camp. I mean, back when summer ball started. Austin the same way. I mean, you could tell by the way they came in with the right demeanor and the right attitude and want to get on the field and play for us. Thomas Graham's been doing what you saw today on the field since spring ball. So, I mean, shout out to him. He's done everything since he enrolled early back in the winter. So, I mean, all those guys were ready to play. Coach Levitt trusted him. We all trusted him, and we just rolled with it.
Back right, Kristen.
Troy, Taggart said he was really excited about the way you guys were able to deal with adversity. That was kind of his biggest takeaway. How do you feel like this team was able to respond with the pressure on and finally getting that last stop?
I feel like we did a great job. I mean, when Coach Taggart always talks about it during practice, always sudden changes or something like that, dealing with adversity. We have to go through it every game. Coach Levitt told us before the game that it was going to come down to us stopping in the last couple minutes, and we knew we were going to deal with adversity. So we were ready for it all week. We were preparing for it. So, I mean, we came out and we just showed everybody what we had.
Front left, Tyson.
Royce, over the last 2 years in crucial situations, you guys have been at points where you guys have been on the sideline as the offense and you've watched the other team go down and score in crucial situations. What was it like today just watching your guys' defense come up multiple times, 4 interceptions, that big play by Ugo at the end? What's the vibe on the sideline from you guys?
It's big. I mean, it gives the offense the juice. Very proud of the defense. They made some very tough stands. And just to see them grow, especially defensively as a unit, just makes me excited for the future and trusting them in big situations.
In the middle, Austin.
Royce, you guys made it look pretty easy on offense the first 6 quarters of the season. Was that second half any kind of reality check that it's not always going to be easy?
I think it's just football. I mean, the team goes into halftime, they're going to make adjustments as well. We're just going to try to do what we do better. We also have to make adjustments. We just got to play better in the second half, I feel.
Tyson, then Kristen next.
Justin, on that catch that Johnny had, the diving one, do you come back to him and say you put it in the perfect place and he just had to dive for it, or does he come back and tell you that he bailed you out on that one?
He bailed me out on that. If it had been in the perfect place, he'd still be running in the end zone. But fortunately, he came up with it and made a great play.
Back right, Kristen.
Justin. That tackle on Brendan Schooler after his first touchdown, he said that he taught you how to tackle, but really, I mean, taking down your own receiver?
Yeah, I told him, first touchdown, he better be ready because I'm coming down there and I'm going to crack him.
Over on the right, yeah. Hey, Troy, what's that like for you guys, in that front 7 when you've got some, ball hawkers behind you, 4 picks today. I mean, that secondary is, on the ball. And how does that help you guys up front?
It helps us out a lot. And it knows that we can get pressure and we can trust the guys behind us because that's what it turns down to is trust. So, I mean, we know we've trusted them all camp. We've seen what they can do. So, the front seven just went out there and we did our thing. We got pressure on the quarterback to make him force those unforced errors. So, I mean, we're just proud of the guys behind us because, I mean, when we step up front, we got to have the trust in the guys behind us, and we absolutely do.
Justin, 25 pass attempts in the first half, only 8 in the second half. Did you feel like the offense got a little conservative in the second half?
I think it's just football. We made some adjustments at halftime and unfortunately didn't move the ball as well as we did in the first half. But they have coaches too, and they prepared for us and they made adjustments too.
Justin, Coach Taggart just told us later on that it was a mistake, but did you like having a coach that was kind of willing to get a personal foul for you on what he thought was a perceived kind of bad play there?
Yeah, it's great to have him in my corner. You know, he'll defend every player on this team, and it just shows us how much he cares about us, and he's a really respectable guy.
Matt, front left. Royce, it looked like it was physical up front. Did it feel physical? Was it difficult to run the football this week for you guys compared to last week? How did that compare?
Yeah, it was a little different. I mean, they're bigger up front. Emphasized on stopping the run game. I mean, we did very well in the backfield last week, so it made it a little tougher this week to run. But I feel like the O-line did a great job of just opening up creases here and there and getting a push when we needed to. I mean, just big ups to them for the game I had today.